What's up, Internet? It's I again, that guy again, and today we're going to be doing more Kingdom 1 Hearts Final Mix how-to hacking, or whatever this shit's called. And actually, we're going to go and we're going to do something pretty specific, right? So, basically, right, after our last episode, where we found out, like, room loading stuff, right? Like the room ID, scene ID, warp ID, world ID, that kind of stuff. We can now manipulate what scenes load in rooms, that kind of thing, right? So if we wanted to go and redo the Leon fight, we can. And we're actually going to do that real quick because there's something about the Leon fight that we're going to hack in particular. So all we got to do, go back to where it's going to load the Leon fight at. Professional parkour. And right before we go through the door, we know from last time that scene ID number 3 will load the Leon fight, right? So we're gonna lock that shit in and walk in there. And alas,
they'll come at you out of nowhere.
Here's Leon.
Who are you?
So we're gonna skip that. Now, we're gonna look for Leon's health value. And we're gonna assume that we don't know much about the game and we're thinking it's a bite, right? Don't know what it starts at. So we're going to search an unknown initial value. We got 42 million results, right? So what we'll do, dodge a fireball, and do a little bit of damage, right? Now, we're going to go, and we're going to say the value decreased. Next scan. And now it's only 138,000 values, right? Which seems like a lot, but comparatively is not. So now, let's just go and... Oh god, what is my controller doing? Okay, we're just gonna dodge him. And we're just gonna search for an unchanged value, right? I'm also gonna pause for a sec to check on my cat. Yes. I thought I didn't have one. I searched high and low due to issues with this recording that I may or may not cut out with my controller, but I found another controller port, so or cord, so I should never have that issue again, hopefully, until this one breaks. But we're going to do a little bit more damage to good old Leon here. We're going to hide. And now we're going to search again for a decreased value, right? Next scan. 3,000 values. Big ballin', big ballin'. So now, let's see. Let's go and miss. Fuck you, Leon. Hit him twice and then search for another decreased value. Boom. 300 values. Okay, that's way better. I see a bunch of zeros in here, right? So we're going to change it to exact value. Click this little not box here and put in 0, right? Because his health is obviously not at 0. Next scan, 143 values, right? Big ballin'. And now, let's see. So this red value, the third column, is the first value, right? It's the first value that it was when we started the scan. So what we're going to do is we're actually just going to look and see for what seems like a sensible value for Leon's health to start at, right? Like 200, that might be sensible. 255, like you would think maybe, because like top of a bite, but like eh. So honestly, and then 120, that seems like a sensible place to start health at. So it was either 120 that we thought, or he's definitely not at 1 health right now. Yeah, the one we saw was like 200, I think, right? 66 out of 200. That would mean he would have less than half his current health, and he has more than half current health, so it can't be that. 70 out of 120, though, that seems likely. So, like, let's say this, right? Let's say we take our theoretical Leon's health value, set it to 50. It doesn't change. Let's try to unpause. His health just went down by 20 points. So, like, if we wanted to go crazy with it, right? 200. Which is more than what we think his max health is. And now his bar goes over, right? So let's do this. You know, you notice we hit Leon, we see he takes some damage, now he's down to 120, which is max health. Makes sense, right? Let's hit him again. So he went down by 10 health points, right? 110. So, let's say we're curious. Let's say we want to know how exactly is Leon's health manipulated, right? So we're going to right click and we're going to say find out what writes to this address on Leon's health, right? This will attach the debugger. Yeah, that's great. and then we're gonna damage Leon. We're gonna smack him with our wooden sword. There we go. And you notice, as soon as we hit him with that sword, on the thing here, here's the instruction that actually basically like does damage, I guess you'd say, right? Like it changes the current health. And so we're gonna pull it up. It's a bit of assembly code, it's a bit of fun, and you'll actually notice something here, right? This highlighted instruction at the very top. So it's kind of hard to parse if you don't know assembly, right? But basically what it's saying is move is the instruction for moving a value from a register or an area of memory inside of the processor. In this case, the EBX register, right? The part on the very right side of the line. It's moving the value that's in that EBX register into the memory address, right? Which is like this at the bottom, like the memory address, right? That is referred to by the value in the other register, RDI, another area on the processor, plus 3C. So let's see what that means, right? Let's actually go on here, right click, and we're gonna say find out what addresses this instruction accesses, right? So then we're gonna go back and we're gonna do two things here, right? We're gonna take damage and we're gonna make damage. Take damage, oh well, I guess not. There's the make damage, right? We hit him, he took some damage, and he hit us and we took some damage, right? So you'll see something. There's two different addresses. One is Leon's health and one is our health. So we're gonna stop scanning that. So, oh, and it actually added that to the thing for us too. That's pretty cool. So, I guess Sora's party stat page, right? This is the area we found earlier. And on here, it refers to current HP at a memory address that ends in 9D65. Now, here for Sora, 100 is the same value, but it's D64C, right? So it's a different memory address. And what's happening here is there's actually two different structures, because the structure that we use up here for Sora's health and all that would not work for Leon, because Bro does not have any abilities. Bro does not have accessories. Bro does not, well, maybe he has items. Maybe they can have items. I don't think they can though. And the equipped weapon, that whole thing is just different. So with all that in mind, right, these two memory addresses here, D64C and D74C, well, the way we get these memory addresses is it actually takes what we'll say X, right? If you're familiar with algebra, it takes X plus 3C hexadecimal, right? Where X is the start of the structure, I guess, and you can tell because that's what's getting added, 3C, right? 3C hexadecimal is the offset from the beginning of this data structure at which the current health is stored. And actually, let's do this, right? We know D64C is Sora's info, so we're gonna go and we're gonna browse this memory region, right? And we can kind of fish out here like what things are, because like for example, right, 100, so that's current health. That's probably my max health because it's 128. 128. That was like for our MP and our current MP and our max MP, right? And then we got like two sets of 100 here, so probably strength and defense if I had to guess, right? And that's seemingly what's stored in the structure. I don't think I see much else. So okay, very good, very good. So let's say this, right? So I wonder. Now we're gonna do something. We're gonna go ahead. We notice these are actually 4-byte values, right? Because they're padded with 3 zeros between each instead of single byte values on the what we say party stat page. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna actually add these values to our list. And I'm going to try something though, because I want to see. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be our max health, right? Let's change this to 64. And so if it's max health, we should be, yeah, full health now. There we go. And then we're going to try this. We're going to take our, whatever this is, reduce it. And it didn't seem to do a thing. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe it's because it's still too high to be visible. Let's change it to like 0, 1. So that's current MP. Okay, so this must be max MP. We'll change it to 2. Okay, cool. So that's right. And then I'm guessing these are strength and defense, right? Because they're probably in the same order that they were in for the other situation. So okay, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna add these to our table, right? And something we noticed though, now this is gonna be the pattern for like everybody, right? So like, and actually something else too. So this start, right, where we're getting the current health from is 3C of an offset away from the start anyway, right? So we can go take the, actually I'm gonna full screen this so y'all can see it. So when we click on where we're at, right, Control plus G, and then we just at the end of it say minus 3C. This is the start of that record. And there's some stuff here, 64, 65, wonder what that is, no idea. Sometimes I just look and see if there's any obvious values, and I mean obviously you just want to kind of catalog what you find, because sometimes you'll understand one thing, like here's literally what we're doing, right? It's building blocks. We're literally taking the understanding that we have of room loading, right, to force situations where we can manipulate them further and kind of dissect things further, right? Like if we can force the Leon fight to happen over and over again without having to load a save file, go do the Leon fight, load a save file, go do the Leon fight, then we can learn more about the Leon fight, right? For an example. Furthermore, party stat page, I can just change my values and see them like manipulate here and kind of, you know, from there, like you just build a lot of knowledge based on what you've already done, so to speak, when you're doing this kind of thing. All right, cool. So with all that out of the way, right, let's go ahead and let's actually kind of add this to the table so we have it, right? So we're just gonna use Sora's info as our base, right? And there's going to be a specific way in which we do this, right? So to start out, I like to go ahead, just right click and then add address to the list, right? We're going to want to make sure it's 4-byte value just so we have it right. And this is going to be current HP, right? I'm actually going to copy this address. Instead though, I'm going to type plus 3C. And then if we just scroll up, do that, we're going to delete all these no descriptions because they're kind of silly and useless. There we go. And then on this one, we're going to right click, we're going to say add to new group, and then we're going to say stat page. Just going to call it stat page. Actually, yeah, we'll say store stat page. And we'll make it to where we can just copy it and make it attributable to other stat pages as needed. So we're going to put that address in there. I'm actually going to go ahead, right click, recalculate new addresses, change by offset 0. Very important, so it doesn't break all our other stuff. And then now, something's wrong. Oh, you know what? I forgot to subtract 3C from here, bro. I'm wilding out. But we can eyeball it, because 4C minus 3C in hexadecimal is just 10. And there we go. Current HP, 88. Now we can copy, paste, and then text define current, change it to max, adjust address by 4. There we go. And then now, click on both of these at the same time, copy paste, text define HP, replace with MP, adjust address by 4 again, I believe. Wait, no, it's gonna be 8. It's gonna be 8 because we're skipping. There we go. So now we just got 2 more we gotta do, which is going to be strength and defense. So actually, for those, I'm just gonna copy it. I'm not even going to give it a name change because this is going to be just by, I think we just did 8, right? Just by 8, so it's going to be 8 times 2, 16, which is F hex, but I think I can type this in decimal. We'll just type 16. Alright, let's see how that went. So, that didn't go how we wanted it to, it seems. Yeah, not at all. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Because, so, 4C, I need it to be referring to 5.8. D6, 5.8, so it's going to be plus 4.8 and then plus 4 something, I don't know, fuck it, plus 4.8 for the first one, which is probably strength. We'll figure it out in a second. Plus 4.8 and then 8, 9, A, B, C, plus 4C, right? Yeah, plus 4C. Alright, perfect. So, and then what we'll do is we'll drag them to the bottom because I like to keep them in order, keep things making sense. There we go. I'm going to actually assume, we're going to assume it's strength and then defense because that's how it is in the other menu. Defense. Alright. There's no way my defense is... Something's wrong here. I can feel it. Ah, fuck. We fucked up, guys. We fucked up somewhere along the way because I've got max MP here. Again, bro, what in the fuck am I doing? Hold up. Hold up. So, you ever just mess something up live on camera and now you gotta fix it? It happens. So, okay, 6.4C, that's current health. Alright, awesome. So 650, that's max health. 650, that's max health. Oh, that's where we're messing up. Okay, I see. So this is actually max HP. Yep, this is max HP. Somehow 65C got converted. That's actually, this is the one that we meant to change for strength. I think that's where we made our mistake. And then aside from that though, this makes sense because yeah, that's so +4, +4, +4, +4, plus. Did we skip something? 1, 2, and then straight to 5.8 to 5C. Yeah, no, that's right. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. I see why I'm getting confused. All right, so we're cool. So we've got all this right, I think. Wait a second. This needs to be a 6.0. No, this needs to be a 6.0. Yeah, 6.0. Fuck. What am I doing? It's +6.0 right now. +6.0 needs to be +6.4. No? What does it need to be? This is math. +4C. Oh, okay, so +5.0. That's what the problem is. +5.0. There we go. So this should be defense. Okay. So what we're going to try to do, right? We're going to set Sora's defense to like 0. Actually, you know what? Let's keep it at 100 for a second. Let's keep it at 100. And then we're actually going to right click, group config, hide children when deactivated. So they hide when they're deactivated. And then we're going to activate it so we can see them. All right. So we're going to take some damage at max health. All right, that's a big old chunk. We actually, let's keep track. Let's keep track. Let's go. Let's take our max HP to 100 and current to 100, right? And we're going to take one hit. Hit him. Hit us once, buddy. Hit us once. Come on. Come on. Come on. Do it. Do it. Do it. Motherfucker. Come on, hit me. Bro. Leon's superpowers, he never hits you when you want him to hit you. All right, there we go. So we took 4 damage with full defense, right? Before he hits us again, we're going to set defense to 0. He didn't hit us that time, did he? There's no way, unless the 0 defense just... Okay, there we go. Okay, so that definitely is defense, because we just took a difference from like, it was like 12 damage versus, so it was like 3 times the damage, I guess, basically. Kind of interesting. All right, cool. So, we know we have the right info for the official stat page. Gonna move that near the party stat page. I'm actually also... We're just going to select all 4 of our room ID, scene ID, warp ID, world ID, right? And we're going to right click, add to new group, room info, we'll call it. And we will say actually we don't want an address version for this one because the addresses are all scattered around. So we're just going to say no. And then we'll right click on room info, group config, hide children when deactivated. So they go away when they're deactivated. And so now, I mean, it's pretty cool actually. We got a lot of information about the stat pages, which are what are used in the world to load health and stuff. And the cool thing is we can use this now, like if we want to look at Sora, or we want to look at Heartless, or we want to look at Leon or whoever's stats and modify them, we can. But let me see. I'm trying to think. I had something planned. I had something planned to do with this. I'm gonna re-record or start recording again when I remember. Alright, we're going to try something which is going to be the last part of this episode. It's going to be a little bit detailed, but we're going to try to figure out how it allocates stat pages, right? Because Leon's not in every world, right? The area we found where it loads Leon's information into is not going to be the area that Leon's information is always in, basically, right? And so what we can do, let's go back here and let's say find out what addresses this instruction accesses again, right? We're going to hit Leon one more time. We're going to drop our vape and then pick it up real quick. And then we're going to take a damage. That's great. Hit Leon. That's great. We're at the same health for a second. That was pretty cool. So this one's Leon. This one's Sora, right? I'm going to go ahead and stop the thing. We have these 2 values if we need them, right? And then, so actually, here's one thing we know, right? From here, from this area, subtract 3C. This is the value that was in RDI a minute ago, this D610. We're actually going to go ahead, we're going to set a breakpoint. Maybe it's easier if I let Sora take damage here. Let's let Sora take some damage here. There we go, perfect. Crazy frame to freeze on, right? It's not broken, it's just a breakpoint. So, let's see. So, if we look at the registers here, right, RBX, which is the same as EBX, R just means we're using the whole thing, E just means we're using half of this part, basically, right, the last half. And so 48, which in hex translates to however much health Sora has. I think if I look at, I see a 48 byte here, it's 72, right? So that's how much Sora or health Sora is going to have after they attack. RDI, this is that D610 value we were looking at, right? And it's adding 3C because that's how the structure works. I actually also see something here too, right? Right before we move through RDI plus 3C, we're actually using that same RDI structure. In this case, Sora's starts at D610. And we're adding C8 to it. And we're moving that into register AX, right? Well, let's do this. Let's do this. So we're going to press Control G. We're going to plus C8, right? So we can see what this is. And we can also see it here in this register AX, RAX. It's this 9D64, right? When it's a pointer right here, you'll notice this is it's either little Indian or big Indian. I can't remember. It just means how the bytes are displayed, right? But it looks almost like it's kind of reversed here, right? And the way you read it is you actually like you take this byte, then 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 this byte, right? So you'll notice like let's say 499064, right? 499064, right? So you read left to right, but right to left at the same time. But so the cool thing is though, right? Look at this address, right? 99D64. Okay, 99D64, right? Now if we look at Sora Party Stat page, that's actually 99D64. That's where the level starts. So actually, really, you know what we're going to do? We're going to actually, I'm going to do this off camera because it's going to take a second, but I'm going to adjust all of these addresses back by 4, and we're going to start this structure at 99D64, right? And the reason for that is because that's what the pointer refers to it as. So yeah, I'll be back in a second after doing that. All right, so now that we've shifted everything back, right, what we can do. So we know for a fact that, so you'll see 99D64 for the address for Sora's party stat page now, right? And actually what we can do is we can change this, right? Like we can just drag this to be a part of this. And what we're going to do instead, so if we recall, if we go back to our little thing here, it's C8, it's plus C8 that it's going to be, which I'm pretty sure is going to be at the end because these are, yeah, plus 50. So C8 is like very end of this list, right? We're actually going to change it instead of even saying Sora party stat page, right? And so now plus C8, boom. And so, wait a second, we gotta actually change it up. We gotta click this pointer button here, plus C8, because otherwise it's just interpreting the data. But this tells it to actually take if we look at the 8 bytes at plus C8, it's this pointer value, right? So now we click pointer, and it actually travels to that memory address to see what's going on there. And it doesn't really matter the type because this is just the group header. But then you'll see now, level, current HP, everything kind of falls in line. And you might wonder, like, what happens with Leon, right? Because, I mean, he doesn't have a party stat page, right? So if we just kind of copy, paste, and just change the word to Leon. Now, if you're paying attention, right, I didn't really like go over it much, but here, I'll just do this. 0x100. All right. Oh, well, that didn't do what I was looking for at all. Here, delete that. Copy, paste, Sora to Leon. We'll just change the address in a second. So you'll notice 64C, 74C, right? So the difference is 100 hexadecimal, which is also 256 decimal, right? So we can just add 100 there and save. So this is now Leon's information. Here's his current HP, max HP, current MP, max MP, strength and defense, and his party stat page. It's a null pointer. It's just all zeros, meaning he doesn't have that information. So it's just not going to show up. It's just not going to load, right? If we try to access it through code, it'll crash, but thankfully Cheat Engine has protections for that. But now let's say we wanted to fight like a really hard Leon fight, right? 100 strength, 100 defense. I don't think changing his MP is going to do anything, but we will anyway. Let's give him max MP. Yeah, max MP, max health. We're going to put him up to 4096 health. Same here, 4096. And then we're going to go with Sora. I'm going to fix our shit here. Because it's got to be a fair fight, right? If we're going to go all insane with Leon, I don't even have him magic, so it doesn't matter. We're just going to have no magic for Sora. Alright, there we go. So now, the moment we've all been waiting for, am I right? We're going to go ahead, toggle the breakpoint, run. Oh fuck. Bro, he's not even taking damage. Hold up, hold up. We gotta... I feel like something's not working here. I didn't get my full health. I took... Oh, because you know what? That code executed, and so it ran and took my health. Okay, we're going to full screen here. We're going to unpause. Alright, it's that time. Ultimate Leon fight. Oh, fuck. Bro, he's not even taking damage. He's so stacked. Okay, y'all, we might have to reduce some of the constraints here, because... he's not even taking damage. But yeah, this is basically How to Hack Kingdom Hearts Final Mix Part 3. Appreciate y'all's time and hope to see you again, okay?